Well, the stream didn't crash yet, so.
Okay, cool.
There's that.
It's loading again. Yeah, no, it just wasn't recording that whole time, I think. Tech issues to start us off again.
Fantastic.
Just another episode of Shenanimegans.
Mm-hmm.
What's up? We're back.
We are season 10, episode 6.
Yes. That means there's 5 episodes not up on YouTube yet. That's over a month. Oh no. You can tell when I started freaking out over Fatal Frame.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell exactly when. Ooh. I thought about it earlier. I was like, oh, I should get those uploaded. And then I was like, no, we're about to go live. They'll still be processing, and then everything will lag and crash. Let's not.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
I thought ahead. I was smart. We'll get them up there, though. We'll get them up there. So we're back
Eventually.
on a Tuesday instead of a Monday because I'm a dang fool. I'm like, Frame Free Tales is this week. I only have like 3 more days to practice Fatal Frame. Oh God. Oh God. It's going to be terrible. I need to practice. And then Monday, and so yeah, Monday I was just practicing and it's like, oh, this is actually going okay. I have some faith in myself now.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I was like, I thought Fatal Frame started, but there's no mention of it in the Discord. Oh wait, no, it's next week. What am I doing? What am I doing?
Whoops.
Playing myself.
Mm.
It was I, Boo Boo the Fool, all along.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
so
just how it be sometimes.
that's just how it be sometimes. Jesus Christ. I was chatting to a friend or a Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing because who does that anyway? But I was looking at the Bitmojis and there's a it be like that sometimes Bitmoji, which is amazing. And then there's some really cursed Bitmojis. Like there's one where it's you and your conversation partner, and your conversation partner is in like a dog outfit shitting on the floor, and you're like upset at them. I'm like, what use is this Bitmoji? Why does this exist? How many people just have their furry friends come over and shit on their floors? Is that common enough to need a Bitmoji? What?
That is bizarre.
There's a lot of stuff like that. Bitmojis are fucking cursed. You know, I try to make cursed content, I come nowhere close to Bitmojis. God damn.
Yeah, that's. Oof.
That's social media for you. So,
Yeah.
speaking of social media,
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Yes.
on Twitter a perfect segue to what we were watching this week.
Oh.
That was the segue.
Oh, okay.
That was supposed to be the segue. I didn't know where I was going with it. I got lost.
Oh.
I was like, I can come up with something clever in half a second.
Then
I overestimated my abilities.
there was something I saw on Twitter. It's that Redline is available on YouTube for free.
Oh,
and people
yeah.
should watch Redline.
Right, that was cool.
That's-
Redline's real cool.
Yeah, that's as close as we have to news this week. Just to go watch that movie because it's good.
I feel like there's something similar to that as well I saw. I don't know. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, right. I think there is a re-release of a new version of the opening of Samurai Champloo or something I saw. That's not news though. That came out like last year, but I saw that going around. That was cool.
Yeah.
15th anniversary remaster remake thing. I don't know. They
Mhm.
had an English version, which was cool.
Cool.
Not news, just something neat I found.
Yeah.
Saw. Yeah, but that's about it for news. So,
Mm-hmm.
reading or watching anything?
I've been doing some reading, yeah,
Ooh.
and some watching. A little
Ooh.
bit about.
Or I do have news for after. It's completely
Oh.
irrelevant to anime, but it's kind of relevant to the anime fandom.
Okay. Well, do you want to hit that now or?
Yeah, you can go. It's
Okay.
not really relevant.
Okay. I'll I'll start with the anime stuff then. I did watch Grand Belm. Got caught up on that.
How
It
is it?
is. It's good. I liked it. I liked this new episode a lot. Because up till now, it had been very focused on just having fights, and they
Hmm.
finally slowed down and started talking about stuff. Also, the show's just getting a lot darker,
Ooh,
which
dark
is.
magical girls.
Mm-hmm. It was weird because, like, before this, it wasn't really going for anything. It wasn't going for, like, really cute stuff. It wasn't going for dark stuff. It wasn't kind of doing anything. Now it's going dark. Like, okay, this makes sense now. Feels like the show's kind of hit its stride at this point.
Hmm.
Uh, then I also got caught up on Given, the Boys Love show, and that's it's also getting to the part where it's turning very serious, and it's handling some heavy stuff. It's talking about like suicide and cheating, and whew, it's doing a lot of stuff now. I'm enjoying it though. I'm hoping that they'll handle everything well, because it's kind of a little hard to recommend that everyone like start watching it now. 'Cause I just don't know if they're gonna handle things with care. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's kind of all the anime I watched this week. So mostly I've been doing some reading. I finished up Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
That good book.
yeah, good. I enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't know that I have much to say beyond what I already talked about last week. Yeah.
It's very much just a fun romp. My best way to describe it is it's basically a D&D campaign in space.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
very much so. Like even the magic and everything is very D&D, the classes and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. As I mentioned, I love Orna. I love Orna. Great.
Orna is so good.
Yeah.
Orna and her pet mech.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I ship Orna and Neela really, really badly. They're so good
Mm.
together.
They are.
I need to read the sequel really badly. I've had it for a while. It's on my shelf, and I have the digital version, but I have so many
Mm-hmm.
books to read. I'm trying to read this stuff that I like have no idea about, so I can be like, no, this is bad. I can get rid of it, and then I have more space for good stuff. So I've
Yeah.
been like putting off stuff I know I'm gonna like, which is like so shitty because I keep reading stuff that's like this is awful. Anyways,
Well,
did
yeah.
you read anything else?
Yeah. I also started reading The Mirror Empire by Cameron Hurley,
Ooh,
which is a
that's
fantasy novel.
the. It's the first one called like. Okay, no. I'm thinking. There's like a memory of Empire or something. Is that one of the books in it? A memory called
I
Empire.
I have no idea. I don't know what the rest of the series is.
Doesn't look like it. Okay, I was thinking
Mm.
of a different book. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm not super far into it yet, but it's been okay. It's very confusing because the world it's set in is very, very different from any other fantasy things that I've
Mm.
read, and it switches perspectives between a whole lot of characters really frequently. And so I've had a lot of chapters where like it switches to someone and they go, I recognize this name, but I don't know who this is. So I have to like kind of reread the first page or two twice to be like just to remember who it even is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm think I'm enjoying it. It's very strange. I don't know. Maybe I'll have more to say on it in the future. Right now it's an odd book, but I like it, I think. So yeah,
Alright.
I think that's kinda it for me this week.
Alright, no
Uh,
no manga or anything?
no, not really.
Alright,
What
well
about
I guess I'll
what
get into
about you?
my stuff. So I read a bit of manga.
Mm-hmm.
There's some new translated chapters of Henani Arashi
Mm-hmm.
I read, which is still cute. It's getting into some more heavier stuff, and also I have not updated my Mal page in a while. It still says 27 chapters read, but it's actually 45. Whoops.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, reading online on my phone, like in the morning
Okay.
or at night, I just like don't bother updating and then I forget. I've also been reading a series called Haru and Midori, which I don't think it's up on here. I don't think so. But it's about it's about a 31-year-old woman who gets called to the funeral of a close friend of hers from junior high who disappeared after junior high, and she didn't know anything about what happened to her, but she finds the only thing left is her daughter, and her daughter has no place to go, so she takes in her childhood friend's daughter, and it's like them kind of both going through separate stages of grief over losing like someone they cared about. And it's really touching and really nice, and I really like it. I really hope they don't go 31 and 17. That's a good relationship. I hope they don't go that route. It is tagged with like shoujo ai, but I'm pretty sure that's because the 31-year-old girl, I'm pretty sure, had a crush on the mom who has passed away. So yeah. The description says it's a story of a woman without a place and a child without a mother. So it's basically she's just like being a surrogate mother, but I like it. So far, there's only like 8 chapters translated right now, and yeah, so I've been reading those. I also read some comics. I won't get into all the single comics because there's a bunch. I'm excited though because new Batman in the Outsiders tomorrow, which means more Duke Thomas and Cassandra Cain content. Woo.
Ooh, nice.
Woo. But I did just read Justice League No Justice today. Guess I'll jump to my Goodreads. I'm that asshole who reads like 7 books at once. And you look at my Goodreads currently reading, it's like, God, what are you doing? Let me jump to this thing that lets me look at all of the books I've finished reading recently, because yeah, there's been a few changes on the comics front. Okay. Oh yeah, I finished the ones in Future Queen. I forget if I mentioned that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. So I mentioned these 3 last week. Yeah, okay. So I can't remember anymore. So yeah, I finished Justice League No Justice. It was not very good. I feel like without the context of reading the metal stuff, it's not good, but the metal stuff is such a mess, trying to follow it's a pain. But this does open up the opening to Justice League Odyssey, which I want to get into, and Justice League Dark, which I want to get into. I want to get into Odyssey just because I have Starfire and Cyborg in a bunch, and I like Teen Titans characters, so yeah, I read this. There were some decent moments, but for the most part, it was eh. And there's some characters that are completely irrelevant and shouldn't have even been in it. Cough, cough, Deathstroke, cough, cough. He literally does nothing in the whole thing and says shit, and it's just like, get this fucking gross fucking abuser out of my books. God damn. Anyways, so unless he's gonna die again. Besides that, I started reading the Priori of the Orange Tree. I read it a tiny bit on my e-reader because I have the ebook, and I started reading it. I was like, oh no, I have to read physical books to open up book space. I can't read this right now, so it's on hold. But it was pretty interesting when I started to read. It's also really long and big. Yeah, so I did the same. I read some more Truth Witch, which I've been reading for months, but I keep doing the same thing. I'll read a few chapters, and then like, no, I need to read the physical books so I can decide to get rid of some, but then I don't get rid of any. It sucks. I have too much good taste in books just by cover alone. It's like I can tell. But yeah, so I started reading because I have it physical. I have like 7 of the 9 books in the series or something. How many books are in this series? Yeah, 7. Okay, I have 5 of the 7 books in this series. It's the Deathgate Cycle series by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman from the 90s. And it's really interesting so far. I just started the first book, and it feels a lot like a mix between like old like child fantasy stories and starting to get into that more darker stuff. There's like some parts that are really dark, and then some parts that are like, oh, these dwarves live in a flying castle ship thing that they call, sorry, let me get what they call this thing because it's actually hilarious. they worship it. It's basically, they call it the Kixie Whimsy. Like it's very much that like childish sort of world, but it's also kind of dark because it's like opens up with like, you're the best assassin in the land. I'm the king of like all humanity. I need you to kill my 10-year-old child. It's like, what?
Oh.
Like so it's got like mixes between like it feels like the Dark Crystal sort of vibes, sort of like that sort of like level of darkness and childish mixed, the Labyrinth, like it's very much of the 90s, like that kind of style of fantasy, which is neat because I haven't read much like that. Most of the 90s fantasy I've read is stuff like Wheel of Time and like the more high fantasy stuff that's like really into like politics and theocracy and stuff, versus this that's very much more whimsical adventure with the other stuff underlying it. Oh yeah, the dwarves are also like a dictatorship run by like false gods, and one of the first dwarf we're introduced to is like a communist, like rise up for the people. It's like it's pretty funny seeing those parallels and stuff in there. But yeah, no, it's really interesting. These are the creators who did the Dragonlance series, which is super popular, or not super popular, but there's like tons of books. But yeah, so it's been neat reading that, and because I have 5 of the books, I guess I'll just find the last 2 somewhere and then see if I want to keep them or not. So if I end up not really liking it partly through, that gets rid of a lot of my shelf, which is why I figured I'd start reading some of this. Yeah, and then the last thing I've been reading is the new Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 1, the big old omnibus of like the original Teen Titans comics. Well, not the original, the 80s.
Oh.
So it's like the when Starfire, Raven, and Cyborg were introduced.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it is very 80s, kind of like how Deathgate Cycle is very 90s. This is very 80s, and not for the best all the time. Oh boy, it's still fun to read the stories and like go back and see the history, which is why I bought this thing and into it. There's like 4 of them out right now. I plan to get them all. I'm trying to collect all of the Titans stuff, but I don't need to buy it all in single issues, and these omnibuses help me collect a lot really fast, so especially the old stuff that's out of print and hard to find.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been fun, starting to work my way through that just like earlier today. And then I didn't watch anything because besides that, I've been like, this is all on my way to work and at work, like on the bus. Everything at home has just been Fatal Frame. Just Fatal Frame, Fatal Frame, Fatal Frame. That's it. I close my eyes and I see ghosts.
Oh no.
It's not actually been that bad. Just the past few days, because I was really stressing about it and then realized I didn't have to be. Like all weekend, and then Monday I was just Fatal Frame. That was it. Ugh. My time's still not that good. It'll get better.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, but Fatal Frame is very anime. I would actually love a Fatal Frame anime. I think it could be cool. Maybe not the main Fatal Frame, but one of the Fatal Frame games could be really good. Maybe 2. Two I think people think has the best plot. No one talks about 3. I don't know why. No one ever talks about 3. But
Is 3 the one that never got brought over?
that was 4. I actually hear more people talking about 4 than 3. That's how bad 3 is. You think of 4 before you think of 3, right? Like,
oh no.
Because people at least talk about 4 because they complain it wasn't brought over. 3 people just don't talk about it all. Not really sure why. And then 5 is just screwed because it is on the Wii U only. And in North America, we didn't get physical copies, so I don't know if the Wii U store is still up or not, but once it's down, you can't buy it. Give us a Switch port, damn it. Give me a Switch port. Anyways, yeah, that's about it for me for this week. Oh yeah, the other random news thing. Funny news. Tumblr has been bought out by, I think it's Automatic with 2 T's.
I have no idea.
Automatic, the owners of WordPress, for under 20 million. I've seen
Under
people
3
reporting.
million.
Yeah, I was about to say I've seen people reporting under 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago, that was
Oof.
bought for 1.1 billion.
Yep.
And then the people who bought Yahoo bought it for 1.5 billion. I've had to sell their entire company, not just Tumblr, for 4 point something billion to Verizon, who Verizon then sold off Tumblr for 3 million, because Verizon was like, haha, no more porn, and then it just completely fell apart, and they're like, oh shit, what do we do? It's like, you fucked up, there's nothing you can do, say goodbye. So 5 years it went down over like $1.1 billion.
Oof.
That's crazy.
Big oof.
Holy shit. How do you mismanage something so bad? Well, you ban porn from a site that makes most of its traffic off porn.
Yeah.
The new talks about what might happen to it is because WordPress uses like you get blogs, but you pay for like services and stuff on it. So it's probably going to be something like you still have all your free blogs on Tumblr, but like you can pay to set up like a business page on it or whatever and sell stuff through it, or pay a license to like do certain types of content, like maybe maybe they'll implement some sort of streaming thing, probably not, but like it's probably going to be like pay for specific services, like oh, you can have like what's basically a Microsoft Word built in if you pay a bit of money or something. It's not really sure what yet is going to happen to it. It might just get closed, probably not, but
Yeah.
is porn going to be unbanned? We don't know. Honestly,
know.
if they're like, you can have a market control as much as you want, you can have adult content as long as it's not minors, of course, because that's the big thing, right? The porn ban was because they didn't know how to deal with all the porn of minors and neo-Nazis on the service. But if they're like, you have to pay us, and they really like pay us a fee to host this kind of content, you can sell it, but we take a cut. It might actually come back and work if it gives a decent alternative to like Patreon and stuff, who's like going after people. I saw an artist get their Patreon. They're asked to take down art because it was minors. It was Lucina from Fire Emblem, who it's not certain what their age is. Right? You can assume the Fire Emblem characters are all adults or not, because you can marry them, right? So, yeah, it was one of them, and then Heart of the Woods characters, who the devs have literally said are like 25 years old. And the Patreon mods are still like, well, no, see, it still looks like a kid to me, so, and it's like, canonically it's not, and it doesn't, I saw the art, it doesn't look like kids at all. Like, it's a cutesy style, but it's like clearly adults. And it's the characters are stated to be adults, and they're like, no, we're going to shut down your page if you don't remove this content. It's like, what the fuck, Patreon? Like, you have one mod with who, like, doesn't like you, gets an idea stuck in their head, and even with proof otherwise, they'll still just enforce it, and that's bad. There's a reason people are getting away from Patreon, and Twitter's fucked up their algorithms for artists again, so people might move from artists. Sites like Big Cartel and Etsy are going like, well, you need to have free shipping. It's like, no one can afford free shipping, especially if it's like, well, $25 shipping. Like, it's more than the product. We're fucked if we try to give free shipping. Or everyone who could get cheaper shipping now pays way more because we have to add shipping into the main price, right? There's like algorithms and stuff fucking them over. So it's like, if Tumblr is like, hey, you can have marketplace pages and sell stuff here for a very small cut, it might actually come back and do really well. See, so the reason it's relevant to anime is if it does do some sort of marketplace thing and we start seeing anime merchandise coming back, it's relevant. That's where it can come back as relevant. Also, like anime hentai stuff. If it can sell that. But it depends on how they go with it. But so it might end up being relevant to the anime community again. Maybe. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. But there's a chance, and that's wild to me, that Tumblr could become the most popular platform again if they just change a few things. What fucking year
We will
is this?
see. Who could say?
Anyways, yeah, I got nothing else.
All right.
Right.
Wanna talk about some book club stuff then?
Sure, we got us two series here. Two series. Joseph
Yep.
Giga, number 6. Which do we want to watch or talk about? I mean, I'm tired.
Uh, yeah. Let's start with Kyoso Giga, maybe.
Ooh, I just noticed
Oh.
Kyoso Giga is like 3 times lower in popularity, but it's actually higher ranked than number
Huh.
6. And people talk about number 6 a lot, so that's surprising.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, so Kyoso Giga, the first half of this was all monologuing and wasn't super relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. We find
It
out some
was.
stuff, though, that's really depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mio's real family died, and then he tried to commit suicide. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit. Did he possibly cause it, and that's why he tried to do it?
Maybe.
Because it's a fire, right? Maybe he accidentally
Yeah.
set the fire, so he blamed himself.
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't get too much more in the first half besides finding that stuff out and finding out he's, like, stressed about Kodo, and Kodo's like, I guess fucking whatever.
Mhm.
Really
Yeah,
not much happens in the first half.
I feel like there was a significant chunk of the first half was setting up the like comparison between him and Hachiko.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it was a not insignificant amount of time went to that, which is a neat little comparison, I guess. But
Yeah.
they really lingered on it.
Yeah, there was some world building stuff, not a lot. I
Mhm.
liked when Kodo was at the train station though, and they're all saying you're going the wrong way or stuff, and then there's one voice that started saying you can go, just do this, this, and this. That voice was the monk's voice, or not
What?
the Buddha brother.
Oh yeah.
It was
the
his
older
voice.
brother.
Yeah, he was like telling her to get the fuck on the train and just leave, but you have to buy a return ticket every stop.
Hmm. Huh. Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah. Then.
yeah. Also, in the train left, there's the scene of the stuff on it. There's an old woman on it.
Yeah, I saw that. That
Yeah,
was
it's
weird.
like, is it like someone who's like, I don't need this body anymore, I got a new one, or is it like, I don't need to live anymore, I want to move on? Like, is that how you move on in this world? Because everything is fixed, right? Is that how you like?
Mhm.
I've had enough of a life. I'm going to send
Maybe.
myself off.
Maybe.
Is it someone else going like, I don't need grandma anymore? Bye, grandma. Like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
Bye, Grandma.
What's with
Oh,
the
God.
What's with this episode and dead grandmas? Both
I
are
don't
shows. Both are shows.
Yeah.
But that
Um,
opens like that had so many implications. I just don't know what to do with it. There's a lot to unpack.
Mhm.
Let's just throw away that suitcase.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, then
The second half was
so-
interesting.
mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the important things, or I don't know, maybe it's not important, but it was why Priest Mule looks just like his dad
Hmm.
is because of the when he passed on the bead.
Yeah, it like
I guess
flowed
like
into him.
yeah.
He's like, I'm giving you Priest Mio, as if the beads are what made him that, not
Mhm.
actually him. Which brings the question: does he actually look like that without the beads now? Because
Nah.
in episode 0, it's like, oh, you think Kodo is dad. What if she is and she doesn't realize because she gave up the beads?
Maybe
Right? Like,
that could be it.
there's stuff like that, right? Or
Yeah,
or
maybe.
my guess is still that the dad is the teacher, the fox mask guy, who looks a lot like
Yeah.
Mio but smaller.
Mhm.
And Kodo's probably actually just like their sibling,
Yeah.
or
Well, there's-
both. She might be like one half of him or something.
Mhm. Well, there is some support for the theory that Koto is the dad
Mhm.
in this episode because of
Oh yeah.
there's the flashback to the dad saying he'll come back with the beginning and the end or something like that.
And the twins' names, An and Un,
Yeah.
are they mean the beginning and the end?
Yeah.
And she also, again, we had from the other episode, she has the rabbit that was supposed to be sent to reach the parents and end up with Kodo. as her
Mhm.
keychain. So it's like there's a lot of stuff pointing that way. And we know in episode 0 she's probably not the mom because she frees the mom in episode 0. So she's
Mhm.
probably the dad. But the Fox Mask guy did interrupt that in episode 0 so he could still be the dad who just freed the mom. Right?
Mhm.
It's one of those two, I swear to God.
Yeah.
We just don't know who yet.
Mhm.
I feel like
Hopefully-
they're pushing so much at it being Kodo that I almost
Mhm.
don't expect it to be her, but because of the way they're pushing where most of the characters like, well, you're the mom reborn, you're Kodo reborn, that they might go, oh, but it's Kodo. But we've seen Kodo has seen the mom already too, so I don't know.
Mm.
I'm thinking about this too hard. It's the Fox guy for sure.
Yeah.
Or the Fox guy's the son made by Kodo, and then Kodo like became a kid. No.
Mm. Who could say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of don't have much more on the episode besides that stuff. I don't know. What about you?
I really liked the scene of them on the motorbike driving by the little montage.
Oh, that was so good.
There was
I did like that
so
part.
much character packed into like such a short little time frame.
Mhm.
And they're like going off, and I like where they're talking like you're going into a restricted zone, which like there's areas in this town that people don't go to still is interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, why? I want to know. Give me the world building. But yeah, also the first half of the episode, we get the rabbit stealing his drink and him beating the shit out of the rabbit.
Oh yeah.
God.
The-
What if that's
That
a
was-
rabbit Kodo needs all along?
Oh no.
Oh boy. That's just the mom the whole time under that stupid rabbit head.
Oh, that'd be quite the twist.
That'd be kind of funny though. Like, I was here the whole time watching you suffer. Like, what the fuck, mom?
Oh no. Mm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this episode.
Yeah, no,
It was a good one.
it's nice. It wasn't too much. It was just kind of like a decent middle episode. Right.
Yeah.
There was
Mhm.
some plot progression. There was some character progression. There was the downtime in the beginning. It wasn't really downtime. It just felt like it because there's a lot of monologuing about stuff we already knew and stuff that doesn't matter too much.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
it was a nice episode. It was
It
very, very okay.
Very, yes.
Yes.
And next week we're watching episode 6, skipping 5.5.
Yes.
That was funny when at the end of this episode the next episode preview was actually for 5.5.
Yeah, because I guess because it's only like what 10 episodes, they have to
Yeah.
book time slot on the TV for like 12
Mhm.
episodes still. So
Yeah.
I guess that's why they have the 2.5 episodes
Yeah.
or 12 or 13 episodes, because then they can throw 0 in as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Shall we talk about number 6 then?
If we must.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about it too.
Every episode I just like it so much less. It's
Yeah.
so Safu's definitely fucking dead. I've been saying it since episode 1. She's fucking dead.
She isn't dead yet. She's going to die. though.
She's definitely
dead
yeah,
yet.
no, but like she's fucked. Like they've taken her, she's fucked. Which
Yeah.
is a shame. It's like such a big yari trope that women have to suffer so men can fuck. It's like they have to be removed as the obstacle, otherwise they won't get together because gay men don't exist unless if there's no women around. It's bad. It's
Oof.
bad. And
Yeah.
oh, it's so abusive. They continued the abuse this
Yeah.
episode. Laid it on thick.
Yeah, like Brad just in general is like so antagonistic to everyone.
All
and,
of
like,
these
at the start of
characters,
the
though,
show,
All of
Like,
these
I-
characters are so
Hmm.
shitty and unlikable. It's not just Rat. Like, Sion's not better. He's like, well, I'm just not going to respect anyone's personal wishes, and I'm going to be sanctimonious as fuck towards them about how they should handle everything. And Dog Keeper is just like, I fucking hate you. Hey, you're cool. Life's cool. I'm gonna survive. You'll fucking suck. Hey, come dig a burial for my dog. I fucking hate you. It's like their character's so inconsistent. It's like all the main characters we're getting are just all shitty people who are completely unlikable, except for Safu. Safu was kind of likable, and she's gonna fucking die of all of them. As soon as she fucking tried to call Sion, I was like, she's fucked. As soon as she came back, I was like, she's fucked. She puts the bracelet on. I'm like, she's fucked. No.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That was.
I wanted to be wrong.
That was the only thing I liked about this episode was the little bits of world building at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
beginning.
And number 6 is the only fucking dictatorship like this.
Yeah, apparently. They're the only ones with the wristbands, and they are like confiscating her art book that she brought in.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed art. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they like... I'm curious when they went to find her, though, to pick her up. Was it when she tried to contact Sion? Because they're like, someone knew him, but you can go... I was out of town. I didn't fucking know he was a traitor. Right? Or was it because she was talking to the mom? Because the mom never confirms or denies anything, but Safu keeps saying stuff. And the bracelets, dude, the bracelets here.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, she's corrupted from being outside. Why don't they just go, okay, you have to leave, go back to number 5, fuck off. Like, they heard her say she wanted to go to the west side, but like, just be like, you have to go back to number 5 now. Instead, they're like, we're gonna take you to a military prison or some shit.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know.
But they leave the mom alone, which is what makes it weird if it was like the bracelets listening, because they would just go, oh, she knew he was alive, she said he was in the west side, let's take her too, she knows stuff. But no.
Yeah. That was odd. Also, I thought it was weird that Saffron knew about the West District at all, because like, I don't know, I feel like when Xi'an was taken there, he like didn't know that it existed.
Maybe she heard about it in number 5 or something, like outside. But the mom knew about it too. Like, it's got to be like some rumor or something. People know about it.
Yeah. Well,
but if people know about it, then I don't fucking know why nothing's been done.
I figured the mom knowing about it is like she's been in communication with the people there to some degree. So
I guess, yeah.
So even if she only learned that recently, it's...
Oh, well, she also knew that Rikiga was living there, I guess.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So
I guess she didn't know about beforehand.
yeah.
Weird.
And the grandma died. I'm fairly certain that whole place just puts the old people down after like a month because they don't want to have to look after them.
Yeah,
they're like, this is all she had. It's like, it doesn't even smell like her. It's like, well, they probably washed it first with like super high cleaning chemicals. So that would probably be why it doesn't smell like her. But yeah, it's like, did she have no other clothes than a scarf? Like, and they didn't even give like the knitting needle. But I think that's because maybe she was put down because her caretaker had the bee, so they thought she might have been diseased as well. So maybe that's why she was put down, and they like confiscate everything to like check it, because they don't know what's causing the disease. Because that's possible as well, right? She might have been a test subject to be like, okay, what the fuck's happening? Nope, she's not showing signs. Oh well, she's dead. She's old. Right? Like that whole place might just be for medical experiments.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucked up. But hey,
yeah,
it's like The Giver. Like, it's as soon as I was making jokes about being the giver and she went into this old folks home, I'm like, they're just gonna put her down. Like, that's what they do in that fucking book. This is so much The Giver.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, so sorry, I went on a rant there.
That's...
What are your feelings about these predicaments?
I don't know. It's all bad.
Anything else?
I basically agree with you on all this stuff. Like, yeah. I don't know. You know, they're killing off the old people. Safford's gonna die. Everyone is terrible.
It's so predictable, too. That sucks too.
Yeah, and like the characters being so like all over the place with how they behave is so, it like makes it really hard to care about what they're doing or what they're going through. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's hard to care much about the story of this because the characters are so awful.
It feels
Not a fun time.
less like any sort of sci-fi series or anything, because it's not
Mm.
really about number six at all. It's just a teenage melodrama with a bit of
Yeah.
like fascism thrown in as overtones.
Mm.
It's literally just a teenage melodrama. And I see why everyone in
Mm.
2011, when I was in high school, everyone I knew really liked it. Because holy fuck, they were melodramatic as shit.
Yeah, it's like I can totally see why this was popular in 2006 or whatever it was. But it
Slightly.
just
It, it,
however many. It
I
was
think
2011.
Yeah, I think a younger crowd would definitely skew towards this. Yeah, I think 2006 was that other one we watched, Jose,
Oh yeah,
which is
that's what it
also
was.
the same show.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh god,
But
it
yeah.
is. Nezumi is 13.
Mm. Is
Safu
it?
is the other girl. It
Oh
all
yeah.
makes sense.
Oh no.
God.
It is cursed. Oh no.
Oh. I like to how they're like, why don't we just destroy the wall and then it'll be fine? It's like they're
Yeah.
gonna shoot people who try to cross it. Like you're basically saying let's just invade, let's destroy borders. It's like that's not how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Oh.
Why doesn't everyone on the west side just immigrate to like number 5 or something where it's like not shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like why didn't they just do that? Because number 5, if it's not a dictatorship who doesn't give a shit and doesn't like try to police and kidnap people, just move to number 5. Why are you still living at number 6 on the west side? Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I get the impression that number 6 probably controls their population very closely. We wouldn't let them leave, probably. You know.
I guess, yeah, because you'd have to cross the big desert. But you're
Mm-hmm.
already outside number 6. You don't have your bracelet. Like, no one's gonna fucking care. You just like hijack one of the cars going to number 5 and then drive yourself. The people who
Mm-hmm.
are going there. Maybe that's where she heard about like the west side. Maybe when she was leaving on the car, like, because you're gonna be leaving outside of the city, you might just see this massive little like outcropping village outside of the city as you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did she fly? Did she take a plane or a car? If it's
I
a
don't
plane,
know.
then yeah, that would make sense why they wouldn't leave. But
Hmm. I don't know. What was that place that she was in at the beginning? Was it an airport or was it like a train station?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know.
It was bad though. This episode was bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Safu's gonna fucking die and it's gonna be bullshit.
Hmm. Well, good news is there's only 5 more episodes.
Only 5 more. Thank God it's short.
Yeah.
Only 11. Maybe it'll turn itself around, but right now I don't think so. It's a shame
Yeah.
because when I only knew about this show from like other people, it sounded so good and I really liked the idea of everything. And now I'm
Mhm.
watching, I'm like, holy fuck, we're watching different shows. What is going on?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just the only things I'd ever heard about it was like, oh yeah, it's like good and it's like it's pretty good, and it's like not into it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's just a thing.
Mhm.
That's all it is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it.
Yeah, me either.
It exists, it
Just-
really... It
I hope
exists.
next week is better.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Tone it down on boys screaming at each other about how much they hate each other, but they love each other.
Yeah. Ugh. God.
Use your blood for something better than saving a bunch of people's lives. Like
Yeah.
what? Bleeding on me because I have a blood king. Like, come on. Like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah. God, that whole scene of them arguing was like unbearable. It was
Yeah. It went on for
just
fucking ever too. And it
yeah,
started off with the kid like, what you thinking of? A girl who he magically was thinking of. And there was
yeah,
also more talk about there's a wind following you. It's like what is this mystical bullshit being thrown in now? Like, come
yeah,
on.
bizarre. I wonder if that's like because the anime is a very condensed version of a light novel, so I wonder if like this stuff makes more sense in the light novels, and they're just like, I don't know, she just says his name and he perks up about it, and
Well, apparently
maybe
in
there's
the light novels, one spoiler I found out, she never
oh,
goes to number 5. She just stays in number 6 the whole time. So she would have known he
huh,
was taken or something. So
huh, weird.
yeah, I don't know.
That's a weird change to make, but
Yeah.
okay.
Meh.
Huh. Well, I think it's like I said about does it for this week. Pretty short episode, but we didn't have much.
Yeah,
You
not
know?
really.
Yeah,
I've been a little too busy.
yeah, me too.
Don't
Had
make
had stuff to do.
commitments. Commitments are bad. Don't make commitments. I'll probably have read
Yeah.
a bunch of like comics and stuff by next week because I'm trying to catch up on my backlog right now.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I forgot to talk about Protean City Comics again. I've been
Oh,
listening to more of their podcasts. It's very good.
nice.
I'm getting to their big Falcon Down event stuff, and that's where if I make my OC, it's probably gonna drop in through that storyline, even though it's like
Mhm.
halfway through what they have out. So I'm still gonna catch up, see if it would still work in current canon. If not, I'll
Yeah.
just drop in there and have fun with it. But
Cool.
yeah, that's
So
about
yeah.
that's about it for me.
All right. Well, then you can catch us next week, probably on Monday night, on twitch.tv/Sasam, SASAM. And maybe eventually you'll see us on YouTube at Shenanimegans.moe. Subscribe to our channel there and you'll find the episodes eventually. Someday.
Yeah.
And then join our Discord server, Shenanimegans.moe/Discord. And follow us each on Twitter, at SasamBots, and at that lastly.
Remember when we used to put up other content on our YouTube too, like manga hauls?
Oh, yeah.
I remember the days. I don't have space anymore to keep buying manga, which is why I haven't been.
Yeah, I just haven't been buying much recently. I did buy some stuff so I could do a video, but
Yeah, it's yeah,
I'm lazy.
mostly been buying DC comics because yeah, I guess I'm just all in on the long con. I
Yeah.
do have a few series I need to catch up on, like Fire Force though. I'll probably buy a few issues soon.
Mm-hmm.
I got an Amazon comment like we're still trying to get this book for you, and it's Arpeggio Blue Steel number 9, which I ordered like
Oh.
4 months ago and still hasn't come. And they're like,
Wow.
well, we're trying. Because it's got. I was trying to catch up on the ones that are about to go out print, and that one they're like, we have it in stock, and then they just didn't. So I have like 7, 8, 10, 11, 12.
Wow.
So I want to catch up on reading that, but I'm still waiting on getting volume 9, which sucks.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Mm.
the only manga anything I bought recently was volume 4 of Gun Gale Alternative Light Novel,
Oh, yeah.
which I haven't gone to yet because, again, I'm reading stuff that I might hate first so I can get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because that's about it for this week. We'll see you in the future.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.